Squad Boss.
What's up everyone, it's the Squad Boss, and today I'm gonna be giving you a tutorial on Tekken's Polish Prime Minister, Lidia Sobieska. Lidia is a very new character to the Tekken universe, so I'm gonna be giving you some tools to help you to get more familiar with the character and use her more effectively in your own way. I'm going to try to make it quick, and if you want to rewatch a specific section, you can check the description for the time code to all the different parts. Remember, she's new, we're all still learning at this point, so if you appreciate the info, please support me by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And if you see a move or something that you would like to suggest or add to the list, get in the comment section and leave a comment and let me know. Lidia is a character that excels in up-close pressure with pokes, stance mix-ups, and a wide range of counter-hit tools. She has tools for mid-range as well, but she is most effective when up-close and creating pressure on the opponent and hard-hitting mix-ups. But be careful, she's very vulnerable to sidesteps and crouching. Lidia has a specific property, I'll just call it the blue flame. It adds slightly more damage to certain moves, and it can increase your combo damage. That's the normal one, and that's with the blue flame. To create pressure, you have to have a good understanding of frame data to know when you are in plus frames or when you are in minus frames. The idea is that when you are in plus frames, you have an advantage to continue attacking or create counter hits. When you are in minus frames, you should do something defensive or evasive. The best tools that she has to get in close to the opponent or rush down on them are the wild running 1 or the forward 2, which gets you in close and allows you to use stance mix-ups. The best high pokes for Lidia are 1-2. These jabs make it difficult for you to sidestep her. Overall, she's a very easy character to sidestep, and these jabs will keep people in check. She also has back 1, which tracks to both sides and stops people from sidestepping you up close. 4-2. This is plus 7 on hit and minus 2 on block with pushback. So if they block this, it's only minus 2 and there's a huge gap between them, so afterwards you can sidestep and pick a follow-up of your choosing. It's also a full counter hit launcher. Two 4 gives you a huge frame advantage of plus 8 and allows you to follow up. And down forward 4. On block, it leaves you at plus 6, so you can get them with counter hits or frame traps and that sort of thing. And on hit, it's a full launcher. The best mid pokes for Lidia are down 1 as plus 8 on hit and plus 2 on block, and it leaves the opponent in full crouch, so that allows you to bait out counter hits. Another one is down forward 1-2, which is plus 8 on hit and only minus 3 on block. It's a good enough distance that you can sidestep if they do block it, or do something backdash or sidestep or whatever and launch them if they do try to respond afterwards if they block it. And it's a duckable high, yes, but it also has a mid option that is a counter hit launcher. Yeah. Forward 2 and down forward 2, which allow you to enter into stance mix-ups. And on block, they are safe. Sidestep 2. On hit, it leaves them in full crouch and it leaves you with a frame advantage of plus 5. On block, it leaves you in neutral. And on counter hit, it knocks them to the floor for a follow-up. Back 1 plus 2, it crushes some highs, gives you a good frame advantage and gets you in close to the opponent. The best low pokes for Lidia are down 3-1, it's +9 on hit, which is huge, and on block it's +4, so it's plus on hit and on block. So you have options. Yes, down back 2, which is -1 on hit, but on counter hit you're at +12, and you're in crouch, you're in full crouch, and she has a good full crouch mix up, so you have the option of going big or going mid, keeping it simple. Yeah, so you have options, and it crushes some hands. Overall, this character, her lows are not very rewarding, so when you find yourself in a position where you need a strong low, your options are this, which is, I mean, it's launch punishable, so you have to be careful, and the range on it is very bad, so if you even one backdash away, it won't work, right? It has to be a clean hit, it will whiff, or it won't take them down. It has to be a clean hit, so you have to be really close to use it. So when you find yourself at a distance, you're gonna end up needing to rely on this, right? Which is not very rewarding in terms of damage, and it's very slow, so that's why you're leaning to more of this. Or if you're in full crouch, or you're gonna have to go into full crouch and then use that for the low. If you want a rewarding low, like a knockdown type of low, you know, or something with big damage. All of our lows are punishable. Large punishable. If you don't do the high punch, it's not launch punishable unless it's some special characters like Eddy that have 13 frame while standing launchers. But if you do the high, it becomes like extremely launch punishable. One of the best lows that she has is her generic down 4, which is -13, so for some characters it is launch punishable. And her other low is as well launch punishable for some characters. So generally, she's not a very safe. She really doesn't have any safe low moves. So you have to be very careful about how you use them and when. Lidia overall is a character that you have to be very careful when you're standing and guarding her. It's recommended that you sidestep a lot or crouch a lot or move around a lot of her moves, as they're very linear. If you stand and guard, she has a lot of options to put you in frame traps because she has a lot of moves that are plus on block. Some of them are, for example, down forward 3-1-2, which pushes them back and gives you +7 frame advantage on block. So for example, if they attempt to press buttons after that because they think that they guarded and that is their turn, then you can catch them in a frame trap, right? Another one is, although the low is launch punishable, if they block high, you have a frame advantage of +4, and you can continue to try and get them in a frame trap. Another one is her launcher 3-2 is plus on block, so if they stand and guard it, they might think that is their turn to attack, but you still actually do have a frame advantage, so you can try and get them in a frame trap. Generally, Lidia does not have the best keep out game. She's a character that seems to be meant by design to get in close to the opponent, but she does have a few options. Forward 3, safe on block, knocks down on hit. Down forward 4, and the extension, some of our farthest reaching tools. Back 3-1 is not safe on block, but on hit, it gets you in really close to the opponent for you to continue her close-up pressure. Forward 1+2. This attack is not used a lot by people, but I've found for me personally that it's a good tool, especially for space control, for keep out and space control. If you sense their approach, it's extremely fast. It's 14 frames and she makes this big jump all the way across the screen. Look at that. The range is crazy. And once you get hit, the rest of the string is guaranteed. 38 damage if you miss the first hit. If you get the full string, it's 43 damage. So it's an extremely good tool for space control and for whiff punishing. We already mentioned that back one is a tool for up close, stopping people from stepping. A little further away you have back 4. It does not have excellent range, as I said. She's not the best person for keep out, but it's her longest reaching homing tool other than her power crush. Her power crush does seem as if it's homing, but it only tracks to her left side. It can be stepped if they step towards your right side or their left side. Let me just show you. So her power crush is not really homing. For keep out tools and space control, she also has her mid pokes, the punches. They have a fairly decent range. Forward 2 and down forward 2. You can use them as well to control space. For whiff punishment up close, for example if you backdash something or you sidestep something and they whiff up close to you, you have her hop kick, which you can then follow up with your own combo. You also have her launcher 3-2, which is extremely damaging. At a further distance you have her gut punches, down forward 2 and forward 2. Those are safe on block. She also has forward 3, which is not safe on block, so you have to really see the whiff and be sure about what you're doing, or have a good read on the opponent, because it's not safe on block. It can be punished. And one of my favorite whiff punishers for her, for long range especially, is forward 1+2. All hits are guaranteed. Once you connect the first 2, all the other hits are guaranteed. It's a natural combo. And the range is incredible. Can be all the way across the screen. I mean, you won't stop until you hit them. So if you have a good read on a whiff at a reasonable distance, for example mid-range, you can get in close to them really quickly with this string. Lydia, as an interesting part of her gameplay, has stances. The stances can be entered into by using the punches, down forward 2 or forward 2, or manually by pressing back 3+4 or forward 3+4. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will just simplify it by saying the back stances and the forward stances. So back stance 1, back stance 2, forward stance 1, forward stance 2. Okay? Back stance 1, you have access to a fast slow that allows you to launch them if they wake up incorrectly. As a mid option from the back stance, you have 1+2. So sometimes you get them with the low, sometimes you get them with the mid. You also have a follow-up if you knock them down on counter hit. You have access to a keep out tool that launches on counter hit if you have the read and the space to use it. And you also have access to a wall bounce. For her back stance 2, she has access to an extremely damaging low which launches on counter hit. She also has this, if you press 2, which is used generally to pick up the opponent in the air for combos, for example to launch them up in the air so that you can continue a combo, for example, and then you can continue your combo. Or if they were staying on the floor and they decided that they didn't want to get up for whatever reason to stop your pressure, you can flip them over into this position and continue your pressure. You also have a big mid option for damage and another mid option in which a second hit puts them into a stun state that in some instances you can actually launch them. Forward stance 1, you have access to a safe high option that wall splats. You have a counter hit launcher. You have a regular launcher. And you have access to a kick which launches on counter hit. On block, it leaves you in plus frames with the opponent in crouch, so you can follow up however you decide and maybe try to get them in a flame trap or a counter hit launcher. And on regular hit, it knocks them to the floor and gives you a follow-up. Forward stance 2 is one of the most dangerous stances, but it only allows for 3 options, which include a low, which launches on counter hit, a regular mid launcher, and the infamous guard break. Lidia is a very dangerous character at the wall. She has her regular moves that wall splat, for example forward 2-4, or mid option would be down forward 1-3, but she also has what I find very special, a power crush wall bounce. So for example, you can have a combo like that. That's my preferred choice of combo. She also has a throw that wall splats. She also has a strong full crouch game which can come in handy to trap the opponent on the floor or against the wall. And with her additional guard break, she can get easy combos. And that's it for my tutorial on Lidia Sobieska. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it helped you to understand the character and better use her in your own way. If it helped you, please support me by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Remember, you can always check the description for links to all the specific sections so you can practice as often as you like and have access to all the information. Squad Boss.